Today, what we're going to be covering is the 3 secrets of algorithmic trading, or in other words, how to make money trading without making expensive and emotional mistakes. So first of all, if you guys want to save some money, we can start off with that. If you guys do want to save some money, make sure you stick around to the end. We're going to have a coupon code for you. So make sure you stick around and you'll be able to get that coupon code to save you some good amount of cash, right? Okay, here's our agenda for today. First off, let me share, actually, you know what, sorry. One thing I forgot to do, I'm going to go live on YouTube as well here. So 1 second. Let me get that set up. So I know we have a lot of people on YouTube that follow us as well. If you guys aren't following us on YouTube, make sure that you are. If you go to youtube.com, and you search for Lumi Wealth, this is how you can find our company. So youtube.com, there you go. Okay, so let me share this link with you guys here. I'm going to share the link to our YouTube channel if you guys want to follow along. We do post a lot of videos up here. You can see a lot of our newer stuff that's coming out. We do a lot of YouTube shorts and stuff like that too. So make sure you follow us there if you're not doing so already. We also have, if you search for Lumi Wealth on Instagram or on Facebook, we have that as well. Let me actually see if I can go stream to, I don't think I can stream more than one thing at once. Okay, cool. All right, okay, so sorry, back to, what we're covering today is the 3 secrets to algorithmic trading, or in other words, how to make money without making expensive and emotional mistakes. Because we all know when you trade normally, you do end up making a lot of mistakes, especially around emotions. And if you guys want to save some money, make sure you stick around to the end. We will be giving you a coupon code that you can use to basically save a bunch of money. So make sure that you guys check us out, right? And stay until the end, right? Okay, cool. So here's our agenda for today. So first I'm going to share the slides with you guys. So here's a link to the slides. This is for people that are on Zoom. For those of you that are on YouTube, you're not going to get these links, but you can actually go to our website and we'll be sending this out afterwards as well. Right? Second of all, I want to get to know who's on the call. You guys are the stars of the show, so I'd love to get to know you a little bit better. And I'll tell you about myself. I'll tell you about our 3 different secrets to investing. We have some good ones prepared for you, including showing you a lot of our results and what we've been doing. Then we're going to show you some case studies. Then we're going to talk about the all access plan. If you guys want to get a lot of algorithms and run this stuff yourselves, I'll show you how to do that. Right. And I have a time at the end for questions as well. However, please feel free to ask questions throughout the presentation. This is, it's much more interesting when it's interactive. Right. So if you have any questions, feel free to, unmute yourself, send a message on the chat or whatever else. I'll be paying attention. Right. Okay. And before we get started, quick disclaimer. Today, I'm going to be showing you a bunch of financial stuff. So make sure that you're aware of the differences between backtesting and live results and all that. I'm going to be basically saying when that's going to be happening. So pay attention to that. But also, please just read through the rest of the disclaimer, kind of standard stuff, but, we need to appease the regulators. Cool. All right. Okay. So let's get to know you guys. So if you could type into the chat, what is your occupation? Do you know how to program? Are you a coder or not? And how much investment experience do you have in terms of years? Right, so if you could type that into the chat, I'll give you some time to type that out. Right, but while you do that, in the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So this is my background. My name is Robert. Very nice to meet you. I am the CEO of Lumi Wealth. We started this company something like 5 years ago with the intention of using cutting edge technology to improve people's investment results. And we've been doing a heck of a job with that already. And we have a lot of very amazing things planned out as well. So really happy with how that's been turning out. But here's my background. I've been coding for about 25 years. I've been programming since I was like 12 years old. I'm one of those kids. Started at a very young age and been managing software teams, all kind of stuff ever since. I'm definitely nowhere near 12 years old. Well, kind of wish sometimes it'd be nice to reset the clock. But I guess if we make enough money, we can like do that in some ways. Which is kind of cool. I also have a master's of finance degree, so I do have a formal education in finance at basically an Ivy League school in Canada, Schulich School of Business, if you've ever heard of it. Um, I've also worked for 10 years in the financial technology and Wall Street. I think actually more than 10 years now. I worked at a bunch of different companies, one of which, for example, is Greystone, where they at the time were doing about $9 billion a year in mortgages. I got to know their CEO and their whole management team, literally multi-billionaires. So really interesting people to meet. And basically, I spearheaded a project for them to build out software that would automate what their business does. So we hired a bunch of people, built this stuff out. And the last time I checked, it's probably done about 50 billion, maybe even $100 billion in mortgages now that have gone through this application that we built back in the day. So that's for mortgage finance. After that, I went to go work at a company called Voyager. You may have heard of it. It was a crypto trading app, kind of like Coinbase or Kraken or KuCoin. We built this thing up from basically from scratch. When I joined the company, there's four of us in a room in a WeWork and a whiteboard, and that was about it, right? And we basically took that concept, built everything out, hired a bunch of people, and next thing we knew, the company was trading for $3 billion on the stock exchange. So that was pretty damn cool. After that, it blew up because of FTX and that whole debacle. So that kind of sucked, but I was able to sell my stock options before then. So I'm still pretty happy. So that's cool. That was Voyager. And then now, obviously, as I mentioned, I'm CEO at Lumi Wealth. We've been basically building technology to help people with their investments, doing a very good job at it so far. If you see some of our results, it's pretty crazy what we've been able to accomplish. I'm also managing a couple $1 million in investments, including myself, my families, and a bunch of other people. So I do manage money. I have been doing it for many years. I've been managing actually, I'll tell you the story later. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. But I wasn't always like this. We all come from humble beginnings. In 2008, I blew up an investment portfolio. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I didn't know. Actually, I had some research. I had learned a bit back then. But 2008 really caught me off guard when I was in my 20s, really. Learned a lot since then. I didn't really know how to manage my risk well. Those kind of one of the main things I learned since then. But also a lot of other stuff through this company. I was really relying on others for investment advice instead of checking things myself. Right. So really have come a very long way since then. Right. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. Would you guys like to hear the secrets? Right. We're here for the 3 secrets to algo trading. Would you guys like to hear these secrets? Okay, awesome. So let me show you secret number 1. So secret number 1, if you've never done any kind of algo trading or anything like that, this is super critical. If you're out there just manually trading the whole time, this one thing can completely change your life. And it really did for me. Right. And that thing is back testing. Right. If you're not back testing all your strategies right now, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you start doing that. And let me tell you a story why. Right. So here's my story. I told you, it was 2008. I basically blew up my investment account. Right. It was around $30,000 at a time. To me, that was a lot of money when I was younger. 30K was, all I had saved up until that time in my life. And basically just blew it all up. Right. Obviously, I felt terrible, but it gave me the fire that I needed to really get good at this stuff. Right. So I applied for my master's in finance at the school called Schulich, again, like this Ivy League in Canada. And I was really determined to learn. And what I learned there, like, it just totally blew my mind. Like, it was totally different than what I was expecting. The professors were very, very smart. They worked at large investment banks and things like that, managed billions of dollars. I really learned a lot from them. And they really taught me a way of using math, historical data, and how to do risk management very well. It was a really, really good program. I learned a lot from it. But not only did I learn a lot from the program, I also spent a lot of time outside of the program in my own hours trying to figure out what the hell went wrong with this 2008 trade, right? What happened with 2008. So what I did was I built these big Excel spreadsheets, took a bunch of data on all these different stocks and put them all in and basically tried to simulate in Excel, or did simulate in Excel, what would have happened. Like if I put in $10,000 here, okay? And then I put into S&P 500 and it grew over time. What would it be after a year? Would it be after 2 years? right? And then what if I leveraged it? What if I, diversified it? What if I, you could do all these things in an Excel spreadsheet. Basically, like you go down the rows, they say, okay, start at 10,000. Okay, the S&P went up by 2%, so now I have $10,200, right? You can kind of just track it day by day and see what your risks are and all that kind of stuff. And when I went through all that, it's very big, painstaking effort. These days, it's a heck of a lot easier to do this stuff. We do this stuff on a regular basis now. This really advanced for back testing, but this was the simple back testing back in the day, right? And when I was going through this Excel spreadsheet, it became super obvious to me why I lost all that money. Basically, I was taking risks I shouldn't be taking. I was over leveraging. I was too concentrated in a single bet. There's a bunch of things that very, very quickly became apparent. And to me, it just became very obvious, right? So basically, what I did is I took all that stuff I learned in my master's of finance and started applying it to real life, right? I invested my own money, and I also invested my family's money. So at this point in my life, it was kind of a sad time. My dad passed away. Obviously, that was not a good time, but basically, when that happened, all the money that he had saved up his life was given to me, right? Not as in I got to control the money, but as in I was directing where are we going to invest this thing? What are we going to do with it, right? So we inherited something like $200,000 back in the day, right? Which has grown very substantially. I think that's worth sometimes something like 10 times more. It's a couple $1,000,000 now, right? Depending on how you count it. But that $200,000 has become significantly more money now. This was maybe 10 years ago or so. And grew the crap out of that. I've actually made my mom a multimillionaire. She travels the world now. She's in Poland right now. She basically just does whatever the heck she wants. She's buying properties all over the place. She is I think she's like buying a place for her sister. Last time I heard, she wanted to fly her friend out to Cancun just to to hang out there because her friend doesn't have that much money. So she's like, yeah, screw it, I'll pay for your trip. Basically, unlimited amount of money at this point. She keeps telling me money doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, well, we got you to that point. You know what I mean? So that's been really good, being able to retire my mom and make sure she's happy. I also grew my wife's portfolio very substantially when we got married. I took over that portfolio, started investing it, and I believe I made her more money in a year. I'm saying here 2 years. I think even less than that. I think I made her more money in a year or two than she made in the entire rest of her investment career. So really made a really big difference there. I think we grew that thing, tripled it, quadrupled it in the past couple of years. And then I myself personally, my investment accounts have been doing really well. I'm up. I think I've tripled my account in the past year with some investments that we've done. I also own this company, which we're looking to value at around $4 million. We're looking for investment capital right now and starting a private equity firm to basically invest into Lumi Wealth as well. So financial problems, what financial problems? Things have changed quite dramatically since 2008. And I can attribute that all going back to this back testing. To me, this was the key insight, the main thing that made a huge difference in my life is learning how to back test, learning how to basically simulate what would have happened in the past. Because if you could figure out what happened in the past and what adjustments you could have made, then you could also improve your future as well, right? The closest thing I have to a crystal ball for the future is going over past data and interpreting it that way, right? So so that was absolutely fantastic. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about this, there's a really good book. It's called The Man Who Solved the Markets. I'm going to share this link with you guys here. It's about a guy named Jim Simons. He passed away a couple months ago, unfortunately. But before he passed away, he was like number 45 on the Forbes list. He's one of the richest people on earth. And he basically made his money by starting what's called a quantitative hedge fund, right? So basically, he would invest people's money only using computers. And he basically pioneered this thing. He's a math professor, and he said, I'm not getting paid enough as a math professor. So in his 40s or 50s, he started a hedge fund and just made this massive amount of money. The story is very interesting. It's a story about his life and how they built out this hedge fund and all that. But basically, they went from starting the hedge fund. It took maybe a year or two before they actually started making money. And then after 2-3 years, they just took off like crazy. Like, I mean, absolutely absurd returns. These guys, from what I've heard, they're making 67% a year for over 30 years in a row. If you do the math behind that, you very quickly understand why he became one of the richest people on earth, right? And I bet you if he survived another 5, 10 years, he'd probably be like one of the top 10 richest people on earth. He was number 45 when he passed, but I think he would have been a lot richer if he stayed around just a few more years. Just really, really impressive growth rate in terms of all the stuff. If you read the story, the guys that were running the hedge fund with him, they're like buying mansions and forgetting that they even existed. I remember this one story in the book where the guy built a house on government property or something like that, and the government sends him a letter and says you can't have a property here, and he's like, "What the hell are you talking about? I have a property there?" Like he doesn't even know what he owns, right? And that's not even Jim Simons. That's one of the other guys in the hedge fund. Um, Anyways, absolutely ridiculous amount of money. Very, very successful people. I'd strongly recommend you guys check out this book. There's an audio book for it as well. It's a fascinating read, to say the least, right? Kind of drives home that whole point of back testing as well. All right, cool. So that's secret number one. Secret number two, right, is use existing code and collaboration, right? So a lot of people out there, you'll go off, and especially if you're a coder or something like that, you'll probably want, start your own thing, right? Let's build our own algorithms or whatever. And it's so funny how people come to me all the time and they say, I'm going to build this one thing. It's like, well, we already have code for that. We've already done that. I can tell you the whole story behind it, right? Like we've really just accomplished all these things already. We've been around for a long time and done a lot of this stuff. So let me tell you a little story about someone who joined us and kind of, why this all matters, right? What I mean by this collaboration. Worth joined Lumi Wealth. This guy Worth joined Lumi Wealth a couple months ago, and basically he was trading a bunch of strategies manually, right? So he's making good money trading them, right? But what he wanted to do is he wanted to really automate it because it's taking up a lot of his time. And there's one specific strategy they want to automate. Is this UVXY shorting strategy. If you take a look at UVXY, this thing basically goes straight down. If you take a look at this 5-year graph, it's just basically going straight down, right? So you might ask, why would you want to trade this thing? Well, basically what we do is we short it, right? So this thing went down from $88 billion down to $21 now, right? So huge, huge drop, right? So as you can imagine, if you're shorting this thing, you can actually make a lot of money shorting it, right? So that's what we decided to do. I was a little skeptical at first. I'm like, okay, let's try it out, right? Basically, what Worth did is he joined us on one of our Tuesday sessions. We do these Tuesday sessions on a regular basis. Every single Tuesday, we're basically hosting people. They'll come in and they'll say, oh, let's build this today, let's build that today. And usually I'm the one that's hosting it. Pretty soon we're going to get another person as well. And when we do this class, we'll ask the question, what do you want to work on today? What do you want to build, right? And people will say, okay, I want to build this kind of bot, or someone else will say they want to build that kind of bot. And we all take a vote, and whatever wins that vote is what we end up building, okay? And it's me writing the code and the other people in the class looking at it and say, okay, what if we tried this? What if we tried that? It's a very, very interesting class. So Tuesday live algo building sessions, right? So Worth joined that class. And actually, we're doing a free one next week if you guys want to join. We do it every month. We open it up to the public so you can see what's going on. So if you guys want to join, keep an eye out for that email. But basically, Worth joined, and he said, why don't we build this UVXY trading bot? So okay, so why not? Let's try it out. We built it out. We back tested it. And we got some pretty wild results. This was back when 100% a year was a lot for us. We got some pretty crazy results doing this stuff. So I was like, holy crap, okay, this makes sense. So we built this thing out. And now this code is available, and I'll show you the back test of this. And if you want to get the code, you could actually get it. You can trade it. You could run on Interactive Brokers, for example. We'll show you how to set that up if that's what you're looking to do. But the point is that, now this code is available. He came in, we talked about this, and now everyone has this, right? So basically, we have like this think tank for investment strategies. We have some of the brightest minds I've ever heard of. We have people that are ex-Google. We have lots of investment bankers. We have hedge fund managers. We have lots of very good tech people from the Bay Area working on AI and all that kind of stuff. So really, really smart group of people, think tank, that are just building incredible stuff, right? Like, for example, this UVX bot, but a bunch of other ones I'm going to show you as well, right? And basically, we're doing teamwork. It's like that fast and furious thing. It's all about the family, you know. Yeah, we have a lot of strategies they can do and get from all these different people, and we're always sharing and really supporting each other. And people have been getting some pretty wild results. I know one of our students was telling me recently he just made like 6 grand in the past month. Fantastic, right? I know some people are running our new strategies now too, and we'll see what kind of results they get. But people have been making some good money doing this stuff, and we're actually very transparent with our accounts too. So if you want to see kind of what they've been doing, I could show you. I'll show you a bunch of them actually in a bit, and they've been doing really, really well. But let me show you a couple of these strategies, right? So here is that strategy that we developed for Worth, right? This is a UVXY trading bot. Here in the blue is how the strategy did, and the yellow is S&P 500. You can see here it beat the S&P 500 so badly that the yellow line is actually even kind of hard to see. It's basically flat if you look at it compared to this. This thing has done about 72% a year since 2021. So 2021 up until today. Actually, this is from 2021 until the end of 2023, right? So is that about 3 years or so? It produced about 72% a year. So really, really good returns. A little higher drawdowns. We had a 50% drawdown here. You can see this is a pretty big drop, but still overall extremely high returns. Compared to S&P 500, S&P did around 5% a year at that time period. Or in other words, to look at it a different way, it did 700% over this whole 3-year time period versus S&P 500, which only did 20% over the same time period. So we're talking about, what is that, 10 times, 30 times more return, 35 times more return than the S&P 500 over the same time period. Pretty wild. You did have to deal with a little bit of turbulence, but if you had stuck with the strategy, you would have made an insane amount of money. You would have had 8 times your money by the end of the 3 years that it was in there. All right, so that's our UVXY trading bot. Yeah. We have another one. Here's another one. Here's our Congress trading bot. This one's a little bit more mild-tempered, but fun to talk about. A lot of people love this one just because of the concept behind it. But basically, this Congress trading bot, what it does is it looks at Congress members like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all those other guys, and it's monitoring their trading accounts. Right? If you go to Congress Trading, and there's a bunch of websites that do this. For example, Capital Trades. You can actually go into here, and you can look at what trades all these politicians are making, right? So you could say, for example, Josh Gottenheimer just bought some Adobe. Actually, just sold some Adobe. He just bought some AEIS. What the heck is that? Right. So he just bought that. So you can actually look at each one of these people and go through, well, what are they buying? What are they selling? Right. And you better believe that politicians, right, they are going to have a lot more information for this stuff than we do, right? So not only are they going to have insider information because they're getting constantly lobbied and talking to higher ups within all these companies, so they know what's coming up, right? And they get this really insider type information, right? But number 2 is they can actually even drive change as well. So for example, this guy, Josh Gottenheimer, he just bought himself was this Broadcom, right? He just bought some Broadcom. You better believe that when a bill comes across the desk and it's going to be something that's good for Broadcom, he's probably going to give it his vote, right? So not only do they have insights and insider trading, but they could also influence policy to make their stocks do better, right? So based on this idea, we put together this Congress trading bot. We actually want to even do some improvements to this because I think we can get this way higher in terms of returns. But when we ran this thing, this is what we got, right? This is our back test. Basically, we started it somewhere around 2021 and ran it until the end of 2023. Okay. And we were able to get about a 90% return over the whole time period, or about 21% a year, right? And you can see here in the blue, not only did it do really well and beat the S&P 500, but also notice that when the S&P 500 was going down, this was still going up. Clearly, these Congress members know something that we don't, right? And basically, to tell you the details of this, we're looking at all the different Congress members and we keep a tally. Who's buying what stock, right? And if 4 people bought Google, then we're going to add that to our portfolio. We're going to hold on to that, right? And this is how this Congress trading algo works. So you can see here, not only did it produce a very nice return, 21% a year, but it also went up when the stock market went down. So they have some diversification benefit. And then also you can see the drawdowns quite a bit less than the stock market. So a very nice risk profile here, very nice returns for the commerce bot. But now those are some of the bots that we've had around for a while. Lately, we've been building some really, really crazy bots. And by crazy, I'll show you kind of what I mean. The returns are just absolutely ridiculous. Here is one of the first ones that we made that kind of got these crazy returns is our butterfly condor bot. What this does is it trades options, basically sells a butterfly. If you guys are familiar with what a butterfly is in options, and then we'll hold that butterfly throughout the day. And then if things go against it, it will convert it over to an iron condor to try to make more money out of it, right? So we did that. We were able to get 135% a year returns from that, back tested results. So basically, if you think about it, and not if you think about it, the numbers are, this is from 2020 until about, I think, a month or two ago, sometime beginning of 2024. It did 3,500% in terms of returns. So think about that. You put in $1,000, this thing would have given you back 35 times your money. Actually, 35 times your money on top of what you put in. So you put in $1,000, you'd get back 36 grand within a 4-year time span if you had invested in this bot, right? That compares to S&P 500, which here is very hard to even see on this graph. Which only did only 11%. So one of the best performing assets in the world, S&P 500, only did 11 or 12%. We smoked it. We did more than 10 times per year. And when you compound that, 59% over this whole time period versus 3,500%, it's not even close to a fair comparison, right? And with that as well, we have a very low correlation to the S&P 500. So if you added this to your portfolio, it's not very highly correlated. So we end up having a diversification benefit, and the max drawdown is still pretty reasonable. This had a pretty big drawdown here, right? But still not that much worse than S&P 500 did, which was 33%, right? So that's our butterfly condor bot. And then more recently, we've been doing even crazier type spots, right? So here's one that we made recently. I actually put some money into this. You could actually watch this. Actually, no, this one I don't have real money in. I have another one I'm going to show you I have real money in. But this one you could actually watch. We started it not too long ago. It's over here. I don't think it hasn't really started off yet. It kind of does like this thing, it like dips down and then shoots up, and then dips down and shoots up. It's like meant to do that. It's like a little staircase looking thing. You can see it here. Like dips down, shoots up, dips down, shoots up. It's kind of like what it's meant to do. But when we backtest this thing over a long time period, we got about 133% returns per year, right? Or about 167% over this time period. This is a bit shorter because we're using this thing called the VIX 1 day to do this, which wasn't around until recently, but we got some very, very nice returns with it. That being said, it's 133% returns and only a 12% drawdown. So meaning that this thing is producing, it's doubled, more than doubled money in a year and barely had any drawdowns at all, right? 12% drawdowns is very, very mild, right? Here's another version of that same bot. We call this Martingale V9. This one I actually do have a bunch of money in. I do this because I'm a little bit conservative. I don't like taking super high amounts of risk with all my money. I like diversifying and that sort of thing, but I actually have real money in this right now. I just switched over this account here to it. This one, we had a different algorithm. Actually, if you realistically, this isn't part of it because this is a different algorithm that we were running. And actually I had to reset it. Just kind of the timing worked out poorly, but really went from down here, 27,000 all the way up to about 28,400. So I'm up something like $1,400 on this algorithm so far in about a month, right? So you can see that there with this live money one. And this is with $28,000 in it, real money. I've been actually putting my own cash into this, and it's been growing very nicely. I bet you if you guys come back, take a look at this again in 2-3 weeks, you're going to see this thing skyrocketing, right? Because I know exactly how this algorithm works. I bet you this thing is going to be way, way, way higher in about 2-3 weeks from now, right? This is the back testing result for it. Another one, we also made the version 8. This one was pretty crazy. We made this one something like 3 weeks ago. We've been producing some really wild results lately. I almost felt, I thought I made a mistake when I did this at first, but we had this verified by our community. We actually were able to get this thing up to 996% per year returns in our back test, right? So I've been running this thing as well. Here's a live money account with it. You can see, actually, I just switched over to this one. We had a different one running before this, but this is actually even better than we ran before. So we're up about 20%. Again, real money. I put in something like $6,000 into this. It is now worth 7,300. This entire account, okay, as of this morning, right? So I'm up $1,200 since I invested in this starting on June 3rd. So since June 3rd, a little over a month, I'm up 20% or about $1,200 using this algorithm. And this algorithm before was one that made something like 100% a year or something. We switched over to this one recently that makes about 1,000% a year. So I'm actually very interested to see how this account turns out. Because I think we started this like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. This is going to be wild. if this thing actually works out 1,000% a year, this $7,000 should be worth something like $70,000 next year. You can follow us and you can see exactly what's going on. We send out our emails and all that, what's going on. So you could get your updates for what we're doing. That's our Iron Condor V8. We also made another one. This is one that we made. Oh, and by the way, these are all, if you're curious about what this one does, this is the Iron Condor. We made different versions of it, right? For kind of like risk tolerances and all that kind of stuff, right? Basically what it does is it sells an Iron Condor, right? Which is an options-based strategy where you sell calls and puts and then you hedge your risks. And basically it's an income producing strategy. A lot of people use this to produce income for retirement and that sort of thing. And basically we did that and we added a martingale to it, right? So basically, if it wins some money. If it loses, it doubles down. So it recuperates all the losses that it's made, right? So it ends up having this really nice smooth graph going up. And then we added a bunch of other bells and whistles. We monitor the VIX with it and like all this other kind of stuff that really produces some pretty freaking wild results, right? Here's another one. This is, like I said, this is one that we made yesterday. Brand new, hot off the presses, but we do this regularly. If you guys join us every Tuesday, we're innovating, creating new stuff. Come to us a month from now, we'll have better stuff. 2 months from now, we'll have better stuff. We just keep improving because we have this incredible community of people building stuff together and all these algorithms, everyone's sharing and helping each other out. So I've honestly never seen a company like ours. I'm very proud of what we've built over these years, but we've really built some incredible stuff here because of the people that are involved and all that. It's really, really incredible results that we're getting. So this is one we call Spreads Martingale 1. What this does is it trades option spreads. It's basically use a credit spread. So in other words, buys a call option and then sells another call option above it. So what that allows you to do is it allows you to add some leverage. So instead of just buying a call option by itself, you can actually buy a call option closer to the money and leverage it more by selling another one. So you cap your losses, or sorry, you cap your gains. Actually, both your gains and your losses are capped. So you have kind of a window, right? And then we're saying, okay, if you go up that window, I think this was 10% take profit is what we did. And this thing has a win rate, I think, of like 70%, something like that. 10% take profit, right? And then if that happens, that constitutes a win. And then we'll continue to do that. And then if it loses, it doubles down, right? So essentially you're able to produce this really nice, smooth looking graph that has some pretty freaking killer returns. 437% a year with only a 15% drawdown. It's wild. I actually just started a new account with this today. Here's a brand new one. This is our Martingale Spreads 1. Literally just started today, placed its first trades today. By the way, when you join our stuff, you can actually see all the trades being placed. You can audit it fully, right? We're very transparent about everything that we do. So you'll be able to watch this thing over the next couple of weeks and months, just trade and keep making money. We're gonna do a little bit more work on this too. I'm planning on putting some real money into this probably next week. Right. So yes, that's our back test. It's a bunch of stuff that we've been working on, some pretty crazy returns, as you can see. Here's some actual ones trading. It's not back test. These are actual ones that traded. Here's our Connor Martingale 1 that was trading for a while. This one eventually ended up blowing up, but before it blew up, I think it was up 120% in 2 months, right? So Even if you count the fact that it blows up, if you could manage your risk a little bit, you could actually still make a lot of money on that. Put some money in, wait for it to grow, take some money out periodically. You can still make a lot of money doing that. But this is version 1 of our Condor Martingale. We now have that version 9, version 8, version 6 that are significantly better than this in terms of risk management and all that. But this is actually running. This is actually trading, not back tested. This actually traded and made 53% over I think this is a 1 month time period. So I made like 50% in a month. It was crazy. This thing just kept shooting up. I think we're going to see that with our new algorithms very shortly too, because we just started them out. Here's another one. Here's our crypto B bands. This one's been trading for a while. I could show you even updates on this one. It's been trading for quite some time, up 42% since October 30th, right? Basically what it does is it trades cryptocurrencies using Bollinger Bands. So it does basically if things shoot up too quickly, it sells. If it falls too quickly, it buys. So it's a way of like managing risk for crypto. It's done quite well over the years. Here's another one, our EMA trending. This one's up 13% since November. Here's one with real money. This is my diversified leverage account. I've been running this with real money for over a year now. Since I started it on June 21st last year, it's up about 37%, so doing quite well, beat the market by a nice amount. But some of the crazier ones, these new ones here that we've built, 1,000% a year, 400% a year, those we just started, and we're going to see some pretty freaking wild results. So we've already started to see some wild results with it too. Here's another look at my one of my live money accounts. There's a portfolio. I started at 2,900, went up to 4,400 in about a year. So about 50%, 47% return in about a year. Again, with real money, not back testing on any of that kind of stuff, actually generating some pretty wild returns. Right? Cool. So that's secret number 2, right? Use existing code and collaborate, right? There's no need to build stuff from scratch. We already have a ton of stuff. We have an amazing team of people that's working together. And if you guys want to join us, we have all these people that can join. Some pretty wild strategies that we've been building out lately. Cool. That's secret number 2. Okay, secret number 3, use AI tools, right? So this is really for those of you that want to do some coding. If you're going to be coding, AI tools are going to be super, super valuable, right? So here, let me tell you a quick story about Latoya, someone who joined us a couple months ago. When she joined us, she had 0 programming knowledge and she worked as a pharmacist, right? We basically taught her. So what we do as a company is we started off as just an education company, teaching people how to build algorithms. These days, you could also license our algorithms that we've built over the years, because we've been doing this for almost 5 years now. And we've built some pretty incredible algorithms. So now you can, even if you're not a coder, you don't really care about coding, you could join our program and basically just use what we have, right? So, but when Latoya joined, she really joined because she wanted to learn how to do this stuff herself, right? So when she joined, we taught her how to use ChatGPT properly. We taught her how to use GitHub Copilot, and basically taught how to generate code from scratch and how to explain and modify code and work with error messages, all that kind of stuff, right? And after going through our classes, she basically built out this super complex algorithm, which blew my mind. I was like, holy crap, you don't know how to code, but you built this, right? She built this bot that basically copies Discord channels, right? So there's a lot of these like trading guru type people on Discord, and some of them are better than others. Some of them really suck, some of them are very good, right? And she basically built a bot that can monitor these people on Discord and execute their trades for them, right? So not only was she be able to build this bot, which is quite complex, but second of all, she was also able to figure out, which ones are good and which ones aren't, right? Because if you want to copy them, you can copy their trades, that's one thing. But then also you want to know who's good and who's not. And when you're monitoring them every day, you can actually see their trades and see their progress, right? And it's a non-BS approach about, how are they actually performing. So she built that out. Very, very impressive. Last time I heard it was making her some very good money doing this stuff, right? But not only was she able to build this great bot and make her a ton of money that way, but she also got a pay raise as well, right? So because she learned this new skill, she put on her resume, applied to some jobs, and she was able to get a job, not as a pharmacist, but in an office capacity, so a lot less stressful, a lot less work really, and got a huge pay raise because of it as well, right? So she went through our programs. Not only did she learn how to build these cool bots, but she also got a better job and got paid more money. So win-win. Right? Here's some tips, by the way, if you guys want to use AI to write some trading bots. First of all, make sure you start by finding existing code. A lot of people come to me and say, oh, I asked ChatGPT to build a trading bot and it didn't work. I'm like, well, yeah, obviously it's way too complicated for ChatGPT right now, maybe one day. But what I'd recommend is you take one of our existing bots, give it to ChatGPT and say, modify it. You're going to get a heck of a lot better results doing that than trying to build some stuff from scratch. Second of all, if you don't understand what the code does, then you can just copy paste it into ChatGPT and ask it to explain it to you, right? So you can even ask it to put in something called code comments, right? Where you can basically make the code readable like English, right? So you could take a bot and you say, I don't know how this thing works. Give it the code, say, explain it, and it'll tell you, okay, this is what it does, whatever. And you can say, add code comments, and then they'll make it so it's like it's really easy to read the code. You could read it and say, okay, this is what this does, this is what this does. It's much easier to follow and understand what's happening, right? Okay, so that's the second one. Third of all, if you don't have GitHub Copilot, where have you been, right? Make sure that you install GitHub Copilot. This will make a huge difference for you in terms of your coding ability. These days, I basically can't code without it. I've been coding for 25 years. This thing has changed my life very dramatically, right? So basically, we were able to we're able to write code. I can write code like at the pace of like 5 people now, right? Like it's that powerful. So if you're not using GitHub Copilot, make sure that you're using it to make a very big difference in terms of your abilities. Okay. Fourth of all, if you get any errors, just copy and paste those errors, put them into ChatGPT, and it could very easily explain to you how, like, what the errors are. Like back in the day when you're coding, you missed a comma and it's like going to throw you off completely and you bang your head against the wall for an hour trying to figure out why this isn't working, and it ends up you just missed a comma. These days it's a lot easier. Copy paste it, give it to ChatGPT. It could fix the error. Not only can it tell you what the error is, but if you give it the code, it can actually fix it for you. So makes your life a lot easier, right? And fifth of all, check out our course recordings. We have a lot of courses on this stuff, teaching you how to use AI to build out trading bots and all that kind of stuff, and to get the crazy kind of results that we have. You could actually go through our recordings and see our code and see those 1,000% return type bots, or 400% return type bots. You'll be able to see those by looking over our videos and seeing our code, and you can actually just copy it from there and go from there, right? Okay, cool. All right, so that's it for the 3 secrets. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those. I hope you guys enjoyed some of our strategies. Like I said, our newer strategies are really producing some pretty crazy results now. I hope you enjoyed the different secrets. Let me show you some case studies here. So I'm going to show you 2 case studies, but if you guys want to see more of them, you can go to lumiwealth.com/testimonials. We have a lot in there. We're going to add a few more soon because we've had a lot of people using our bots lately and making some very good money. I want to get some people on camera for that because that's pretty fun, seeing people actually make lots of cash off of this. Like I said, one of our students, he told me the other day he made $6 grand in the past month. Fantastic. We're getting more and more people like that these days. Because like I said, we went from being simply teaching people how to do stuff to now you can license out our code and actually run bots that are really producing some crazy results. You can go through here, you can see our testimonials. These are mostly people that took our education side of things, so you can understand it from that perspective. We have a lot of testimonials in here. You can also check us out on Trustpilot. We have a great rating on Trustpilot. There's this Lumi Wealth. All right, here's our Trustpilot. We have 4.5 on Trustpilot. Pretty much perfect 5 stars. One person gave us a 4-star. He didn't ever show up to class and didn't do anything, so whatever. He gave us a 4-star. But other than that, perfect ratings. I mean, so if you want to see an independent verification of what we're doing, you can see that there. All right. But let me play some case studies. So here's 2 people. I'm going to play you one person who came to us. They had this guy Sintayan had a background in coding. And basically, when he joined us, he was able to build out some really cool stuff. Last time I heard, he had a bot that was making him 400% a year. Fantastic. It was like doing like stock breakouts and copying like Nancy Pelosi and a few people like that, and making like really, really good money. Let me play for you the first 2 minutes of this video. So it's a long video, it's 15 minutes long. I want to be respectful of your time. So I'm only going to play the first 2 minutes of it. But check out what Santayan has to say about our programs. Again, this is when he joined and we only had education. These days, even if you don't want to learn how to do this stuff, you can just take our algorithms and use them. We have, like I said, algorithms are produced, 1,000% a year back tests. If you want this code, if you want this bot 1,000% a year, join our program. You can actually get this code and run it yourself. If you want this bot that we made yesterday, 437% a year returns. If you want this, join our program. You can actually get this code and run it yourself. All right. But this video is going to be really about our education platform and showing you basically what it's like being a student as part of our algo trading education. All right. So let me play this for you here, the first 2 minutes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you chose LumiWealth.
Sure. So I am a computer science graduate and I am a software developer currently. I develop automations for my current company that I'm working for. And also I develop full stack applications, web apps and APIs, as well as for my company. What attracted me about LumiWealth was I loved some of their resources available on YouTube, which told me right from the beginning, like what to expect from the classes. And also, I was extremely interested to learn finance and algorithmic trading. I mean, trading from a Wall Street veteran like you, Robert. I mean, you have extensive experience in leading teams into this in a particular branch of finance, and I was completely. I mean, I really wanted to be a part of that as well. I really love that during the classes we'll be going to perform like 2 live projects, which would give us like real hands-on experience, what we would expect in a real financial world. I mean, weekly 1-hour interactions with you and with the fellow students, I mean, that is always an added advantage that we have. Unlimited discussions and help that I got during my time, especially in the Discord channel that we had, was tremendously valuable to me. And also the opportunity to book, one-on-one time with you if I get stuck. I mean, that is something that is even more valuable, and that tremendously attracted me to learn about them. You don't get that in other courses or any other. I mean, even if you selected a video course, you wouldn't get all these benefits. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely people love this, the live nature of things. Thank you for
exactly.
that. I feel like you answered a bunch of the other questions.
Okay, so let me stop the video there. Like I said, I'm just gonna play the first 2 minutes. If you guys want to watch the rest of this video, you can go to lumiwealth.com/testimonials. And he is one of the testimonials in here. You can watch the full video if you want. Right, there he is, Santayan. Right. Let me play you another one. This is another testimonial by Latoya. I actually told you a little bit about her earlier today. She built some really cool stuff after going through our courses, started off as a pharmacist. So she never really programmed before when she came into our courses and, learned how to code, built some pretty crazy stuff. And last I heard, she's been making some very good money with her bots as well. Very impressive individual in general. But let me play you the first 2 minutes of this conversation as well.
Hi, my name is Latoya. I took LumiWealth's live algorithmic trading course, the pre-recorded options trading course, and I'm signed up to take the machine learning and data science course later this week. I'm a pharmacist by training. I have no previous background or experience in coding. As far as finance goes, I was primarily a long-term buy and hold investor until about a year before taking the course, when I began to learn more about options and day trading. I was by no means profitable consistently in my day trades. I found that with my full-time job, there was limited time for me to get enough chart time to get better at trading, since my work hours typically overlapped with market hours for options trading. I started to see advertisements for LumiWealth, and it was really attractive due to the ability to build algorithms to trade without constant input from me. and to be able to take some of the emotions out of trading, which was really tainting a lot of my trades. I loved the class. I was intimidated by the fact that I did not have any coding experience and was wondering whether or not I would really be able to go from zero knowledge to creating a bot within that 12-week time frame of the course. But Lumi Wealth guarantees that you will be able to create a bot, or not only do they refund you, but they pay you something like $600. So I was pretty confident about that. I joined some of the free webinars before I signed up for the courses. And I also joined their free Discord community before signing up and booked a call with them to discuss the courses. So I was really impressed by the knowledge base of the instructor during the free webinars and how responsive everyone was when I asked questions during the call, and in the Discord community, they answer questions very quickly in the Discord channels. The courses also have lifetime access. So when there are updates to the course material or when there are updates to LumiBot, which is pretty often, you continue to have access with each university.
Okay, so let me stop it there. Like I said, I'm going to play the first 2 minutes. If you want to keep watching this, you could check it out on lumiwealth.com/testimonials. She is one of the ones on here as well. There's 2 Latoyas, so you can watch wherever she is, somewhere on here. You can watch the rest of it as well. Like I said, we have a lot of customers who've been doing this for quite some time. All right, so that's hopefully you enjoyed that and give you a little bit of a different perspective on how all this stuff works. Like I said, we're gonna get some new testimonials soon and showing people as well with the returns that they're making, because some of the stuff that they're getting is pretty wild. Because lately we've been kind of just giving out our code and building these bots that are just really making some pretty insane returns. And I'd like to show you guys that as well. Yeah. Okay, but in other words, as you can see here from the case studies, who is this for? What is this program for? It's for people who have never coded in their lives. If you've never coded before and you want to just use our stuff, you want to just get our code and just run it, we can do that. You don't have to code anything. We can help you with the whole process, get it all set up for you, all done, right? Or if you're a professional programmer, that also works for you too. You notice that we had the 2 sides of the coin there, right? If you've never coded in your life, we can help you with that, help you get better at it if you want to, or if you don't want to, we just give it to you. But if you are a great coder, we have a lot of really great resources for you. We have an amazing community of people. We have a lot of code for you to go through. We have a lot of learning materials for you to go through. So whether you're a professional programmer or if you've never coded in your life, we have something for both of you, right? This also could work, if you have $1 million plus to invest. Some of our students, some of our clients, they have lots of money, right? Like some of our clients are like really wealthy. Like we have people that are part of hedge funds and things like that, part of our client list. So we can accommodate very large amounts of capital if that's something that you're looking to do. But you don't have to, right? We actually have a lot of people that have started very small accounts. I can tell you, I've started a few people off with $100 and kind of get started that way. Depending on what algorithm you want to use, you can start with $100, you can start with 1,000, you can start with 10,000. Some of them require 10, 25,000, depending on what you're doing. But there's a whole spectrum of different things that you can get from here. So you do not have to be a millionaire to get started. You can start off with $100 if you wanted to, or you can start off with $1 million if you want to do that, right? We do have the whole spectrum of things available. Right? Okay, cool. So I've kind of been alluding to this the whole time. Do you want to learn a little bit more about our program and what's actually available in our program? I've told you kind of, we have all these different things available. You kind of know we have algorithms, but we actually have a lot of stuff in our program, right? Would you like to learn more about it? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what you're going to get from our program. So first of all, you're going to get a bunch of courses. You're going to get our algo trading course. You're going to get our AI for trading course. You're going to get our options trading course, and you're going to get our crypto trading course. So 4 different courses that you're going to get here. I'll talk to you about the details of those in a little bit, but you'll basically learn how to build out algorithms and options bots, all that kind of stuff going through our programs. You're also going to get our live algo building sessions. This is freaking magic. All these crazy new ideas that we're coming up with, these incredible strategies. This is because of this class. Every Tuesday night, we have some of the smartest people I've ever heard of that we're just constantly building. Think about like hedge funds. If you had a large hedge fund, right, like Renaissance or something like that, that's making huge amounts of money, they'll hire maybe 5, 10, 20 people to work on this stuff that are all PhDs and super smart. We have like 100 people like that. You know what I mean? So if you think about it, like the amount of innovation that we come up with is really quite a bit different than what even the best hedge funds can do. So you get access to like super high quality hedge fund level stuff at a significantly lower cost through this. And this class, I'd say, is the main driver behind that. And actually, we've been thinking about expanding this out to doing it 2 days a week, just because it produces such incredible outcomes. But you're going to get that as part of the program. You're also going to get access to our algorithm library, which is basically all of our different strategies. Here's what our algorithm library looks like. So for example, you go into here, here's a bunch of algorithms I can pick. You go in, for example, let's say I like this one, the Condor Martingale. I'll click on that. You can go down here, you can read about what it does. At the very bottom, you can see a back test, how it's performed, what, you know, all the different risk metrics. We get really detailed on all the different risk metrics and everything that it does, right? So you can really get into all that. And then if you want to run it, it's super simple to run. Basically, you click on this button here, right click, boom, starts up the strategy in here. And once this thing is finished loading, all I need to do is copy over my keys from my broker. They're API keys. They're kind of like a username and password, but not like your username and password. Like it's a more secure way of doing it. You basically copy that over. And once you do that, you basically have a working bot. So it's very, very simple to get up and running. Once this thing finishes loading, I can kind of show you what that looks like. Its website's a little slow today. But really, really easy to get this stuff up and running. So if you're thinking it's hard, it's absolutely not hard. It's very easy to get these algorithms running. And if you are a coder, you can actually take this and run with it. I know some people that have joined us from the Bay Area in around San Francisco. They took our algorithms and like this guy comes back to me and like shows me like, oh, look, I've quadrupled the returns. I'm like, what the hell? So if you're a coder, you can really produce some pretty amazing things too. This website's taking a really long time to load. I'll show you that once it finishes loading. Okay, there we go. Importing, cool. So basically what we do is you load up your bot and something like this, and then you'll basically set your secrets, right? Which is, you're gonna put in your API key. So this is what it looks like. You go into here, secrets, add a new secret, and then there's your API key. So you get it like this, trade your access token, right? You'll put that in there, and then I'll go to Tradier, which is my broker, and I'll actually get that access token from them, type it in, add secret, and then I'm going to get my account number from them, right? Put it to here, type in my account number, hit add secret, and then hit run, and I have a working bot. That's it. What was that, like 30 seconds? It took longer to load the website than actually copy the stuff over, to be honest with you. Very, very simple to get up and running, very easy to do, right? So if you're thinking it's going to be hard, I absolutely very much disagree with that. It's a very easy thing to do. And we've made it easy over the years, right? Okay, that's our algorithm library. We have a ton of stuff in here. This is this one bot. You can see another one here. Let's say, where was another fun one to look at? Rolling calls. This one's done quite well over the years. This one's 62% a year. You're looking at this. We have some pretty amazing ones. Where's that rolling calls one? This is how it's been doing. This is our rolling call strategy since February. This is actually trading. It's not backtesting. This has been trading since February 12th, 2024. It's up 56%. So what is that? That's say February, March, April, May, June. 5 months, 56%. I'd say that's a pretty damn good result. And the new ones that we have do even better than that. Okay, so it's our algorithm library. We also have trading signals, which I've been kind of showing you the whole time here. We'll dig into that a bit deeper soon. And then you can also get custom installation service. We could do all this stuff for you, make it super simple for you to get started. If you don't want to do any of this stuff, we can literally just handle all of it for you and get all this stuff up and running for you, right? Cool, so that's what you get inside this package, right? So in other words, a different way of looking at this, this is basically what it took to create this for you, right? I spent a lot of time and energy and money doing this for you guys. So first of all, we spent 4.5, almost 5 years now, and over $100,000 creating our trading technology called LumiBot. We now have lots of people working on this. It's an open source project. It's a really advanced trading system. Honestly, one of the most advanced in the world right now in terms of open source, if you want to check it out. I spent over 1,000 hours creating our core class called Algorithmic Trading. Spent a lot of time building that out. It's been refined a lot over the years. Spent over 1,000 hours and $200,000 creating the rest of all of our classes. We have blockchain classes, we have crypto trading classes, we have options classes, We have a bunch of other stuff available. And then easily over 5,000 hours creating and testing all the algorithms that you see with all the classes inside of our library. We've been obsessed with all this stuff. Between myself and a bunch of other workers, we've put in a crazy amount of hours building out these algorithms for you so that you don't have to do that, so that we can save you all that time and effort. Because it is really damn hard to do stuff like this. The profitable bots is actually very difficult to do. And we've been making some very good strides on that. And then we also spent over $300,000 creating our community, right? So we have this amazing community on Discord, and when you join our classes, you'll get to know everyone, just some of the smartest people in trading and in development that I've ever met. Like I said, we have people from top hedge funds, we have people from top investment banks, we have people from companies like Google. I think one of the people one day, we have someone from Facebook. Like we have a lot of very, very talented people part of our group. We spend a lot of time building that out so that when you join us, you get to have all those benefits without having to do it all from scratch, right? Right, and at this point, you might have some beliefs. Let me just kind of address a few of these things, right? So first of all, you might have the belief that it's going to be very hard and take a lot of your time. Hopefully, I've alleviate that a bit. This is a perfect, like we've perfected this program over 5 years, and we made it very easy to use. Even if you don't know how to code, you never code a day in your life, we make it super simple. We also give you a lot of help with it as well, right? So even if you get stuck, we have lots of people get on the phone with you, kind of walk you through all that and do it with you. So this is definitely not going to be a hard experience for you. We can get you up and running within 30 minutes usually, right? Another belief would be that this is another scam. We're just going to steal your money, which why wouldn't you think that? There are a lot of scams out there. There's definitely a lot of companies out there that are going to take your money. My brother-in-law, he got scammed for Bitcoin not too long ago. My mother got scammed with some Bitcoin scam a while ago. They're all over the place. So why are we not that? And that's a legit question. Well, first of all, we never take your money, right? I don't want to see your money. We are not licensed as investment advisors. We do not want to take your money. I'm not looking to do that, right? What we do is we provide you a code, and you can run that code yourself and execute it yourself. Right? We don't touch your cash. You keep it in your own broker on your own, right? And you actually invest it yourself, right? And you run this thing yourself. So there's no chance of us actually taking your cash in that way because we literally do not touch your cash ever, right? We do that for legal reasons, but we also do that from a safety perspective as well, so that you make sure that your stuff stays with the broker on your own and you can handle it yourself, right? Okay, another belief you might have is that you might say, I'm not computer savvy and won't be able to do this. Well, the truth is that we taught thousands of people how to do this, including people that are well into their retirement. We've taught people in their 70s and 80s to do this stuff. They can barely even use a computer. If you're able to get on Zoom, if you're able to get on YouTube, you've already won, right? So if you're not computer savvy, believe me, you'll be able to figure out how to do this. And we have a lot of people helping you out, a lot of tutorials on this. So we make it very, very simple. It's really just a few clicks of the button and that's it. Conversely, you might have another belief. You might say you're an amazing coder and this is too easy for you, right? So the opposite side of the coin, right? The truth is that we're one of the most advanced programs on earth when it comes to algo trading. Our results speak for themselves. We have some really, really amazing bots that we've built out. Honestly, like I've heard of all these other trading academies out there. These guys don't know what they're doing. I'm sorry. Like most trading academies out there, they make money off of tuition fees. They don't make money off their bots. We're actually in the process of starting up a hedge fund. Like I mentioned earlier, we're starting up a private equity fund as well. This is how we're planning to make money going forward in the future. At some point, we're actually going to lock this down and stop selling these courses, right? Because we're going to want to keep our secrets, right? So while it's still available, feel free to join. That's really where we want to go down that path is we want to build out some of these really, really amazing bots and give you access to that too. And our, like I said, our education is one of the most advanced education in the world when it comes to algo trading. So you can definitely check that out. Right. Another belief you might have is that this is going to be very expensive. The truth is, it does cost money, right? We do charge money for this. It is stuff that has taken us a lot of time to build out. And quite frankly, we can do this on our own and make money on our own. The only way that it makes sense for us to actually sell this is to sell it at a higher price point. That actually makes sense, right? But from an expensive perspective, think about, how expensive it is it to blow up your investment account? I lost $30,000 in 2008 by blowing up an investment account. That was expensive, right? I took my mom's trading account from $200,000 to 2 million, right? $1.8 million is how much it increased by. That's, it's expensive to miss out on that. You know what I mean? Missing out on these types of returns like that and crashing your account, blowing up your account, that's what's expensive. Paying a couple $1,000s for a course, that is an investment and something that you can actually really improve on going forward. So yes, you're going to pay a bit for our courses, but this is an investment into your future and an investment into building out your stuff. It's a lot more expensive to blow up an account. It's a lot more expensive to miss out on all those gains in the future. Okay. Another belief you might have is that you might say you're new to investing and you want to develop your trading strategy first. I've heard that before. If that's you, the truth is that learning how to do this stuff from a data-centric perspective instead of learning from crackheads on, sorry to say, but some people on YouTube really just make stuff up all the time, trading in weird ways that don't make any sense. Instead of learning from those people, we'll teach you from a very data-centric perspective from people that have degrees in this stuff, that have been doing this stuff for a very long time. I've personally been trading for 20 years now, something like that. I have a master's in finance degree. We actually make a lot of money. We have a good track record to show it. You're better off starting off on the right foot like that rather than some people on YouTube that are going to tell you some really bad advice and you're never really going to be able to build your nest egg to begin with. So if you are new to all this, come join us. We'll show you how to get started on the right foot. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so do you guys want to see the details of everything that's available in our plans? Okay, cool. So here's a recap again. We have a bunch of courses. We have our live algo building sessions. We have our algo library. We have our trading signals, and we have our custom installation and service. All right. So first off, we have our algo trading course. What this is, it's a 12-week long course to teach you how to build trading algorithms just like hedge funds build them. Right. So we'll show you how to do all this stuff, how to set up your computer, build all these things, whatever. We'll show you how to back test and run your algorithms live. We'll show you how to create your own algorithms from scratch. We'll give you over 50 different algorithms that we've developed over the years inside this class as part of this package, right? We sell this thing independently. If you want to buy it by itself, you can go to this link right here and you can buy it. We sell for $2,995, right? However, you can get this as part of our bundle and save yourself a lot of money. Get this as part of our all access or part of our pro plans. This will come included in those as well. So it's almost $3,000 on its own, but we're going to give you a much better deal on that than that. Right? You're also going to get our artificial intelligence for trading course. This is an 8-week long course to teach you how to create custom AI models for use in your own trading. It's taught by a very, very smart guy. This guy, Greg Tanaka. He went to Stanford, UC Berkeley, and Caltech, like the best schools in the country, basically. All of them he went to. He got funded something like $12 million by Andreessen Horowitz, which is one of the best venture capitalist firms in the world, to build out basically an AI trading company. So he really knows his stuff. He's very, very good at this stuff. He studied AI in school and basically, applied that all to finance. So he teaches this course and teaches you basically how do you apply machine learning and artificial intelligence to the world of finance, right? You'll specifically learn about the fundamentals of machine learning and AI. You'll learn how to apply machine learning and AI to analyze stocks and crypto and all those other things. And you'll learn how to use your own large language model, so kind of like a chat GPT for financial applications. Like how do you read financial reports and how do you read news and stuff like that and trade off of that, right? This course we normally sell for $2,995. You can buy it here if you want to, buy its own. Or what I'd recommend is you buy this as part of our one of our packages. That's going to save you a lot of money that way, right? Another course you're going to get is our options trading course. This teaches you how to build your own options trading algorithms, right? Not just trading options, but like how to build algorithms that do it and backtest it. What you're going to get out of this, the fundamentals of options trading using data. We're very data centric in this class. It'll show you how to backtest and trade options algorithms. It's going to give you 10 different options algorithms right out of the box that you can use with this, right? Normally we sell this class for about $3,000 again. If you want to get it, you can get it here, or you can get it as part of our bundle, which is going to save you a heck of a lot more money. Right? And then you're also gonna get our crypto trading course as well, which teaches you basically how to apply algorithmic trading to the world of cryptocurrencies, trading Solana and Bitcoin and whatever else, right? We have 15 different crypto specific algorithms that you can get directly from this course. And again, this course normally goes for $2,995. If you want to get it, you can click here, or you can get it as part of our bundle, which will save you a lot of money. Right? So here's so far what you get, 4 different courses. They're worth about $3,000 a pop. So if you do the math, that's about $12,000 worth of value, or $11,980 worth of value right out of the box, right? Okay, but you get more though. That's not all you get. You also get our live algo building sessions. Now, these things are freaking amazing. Honestly, I think we could sell this on its own for thousands of dollars. Basically what it is it's a weekly class. We do it every single Tuesday. We did it last night. We did it the week before that. And we're just constantly trying to innovate and come up with new trading strategies. I'm the one that's directing this class. I'm writing code, and other people will join in and say, well, what about this? Why don't we try that? Can we try building an algorithm that does this? And we do a very democratic process. We end up building some amazing strategies. Again, some recaps. Here's a strategy we built yesterday. 437% a year back testing results. This is something that we just built yesterday. It's a brand new one that we made. Very low drawdowns, very high returns. We're gonna actually I started running this today live, and then we're gonna run it with real money sometime next week. Fantastic results. You can see a very clean looking graph, very low drawdowns, almost going directly up. This is one that we invented yesterday in that live algo building session. Here's another one that we built during those classes. We've been refining this over a couple of weeks now. We've been working on this one for the better part of like 2 months and really have gotten it super refined. Again, the best back test we had with this almost 1,000% a year returns. Holy shit. So over this time period here, you can see 1,500% over a year and a half. So think about that, 15 times your money in a year and a half. Holy crap. That's quite impressive. This one has a little bit higher drawdown, it's more risky. So, you know, I have $6,000 worth of actually $7,000 now because it's grown, of my own money in this right now. And so far it's been doing quite well. But we have tons of these, right? 133%, 79% a year, you know, all these things. Where are all these algorithms coming from? They're all coming from this class. All this, we're building in these live algo building sessions. Every week, we're coming up with new strategies, innovating. So when you join our program, not only are you going to get what we have now, but we're constantly innovating, constantly creating new stuff. So you're going to see all these new things we're building out, right? So again, it's a weekly class where we create cutting edge trading algorithms. You can ask to have your own algo created. So if you have an idea, you can bring it up, we can build it. Or you can watch other people's do this. And it's either way, it's a fantastic way to get to know really good trading strategies and how to make money and all that, right? What you get from this is you get to ask the instructor to build an algorithm for you if you want. You get to watch other algorithms get created live, which is a huge opportunity to learn some new top trading strategies. And you get over 40 algorithms and growing every week. We have a lot of algorithms that have been built in this class, and you can get algorithms out of this. And again, crazy returns, really high back tests and returns that we're getting here. I say usual price, but honestly, I think we'd charge a lot more for this if we ever had to do it on its own. But if you think about it, we spend about 4 hours a week doing this class, about 4 weeks in a month, and we charge about $200 an hour for our development time. So that's something like $3,200 a month if you want to do this on your own. But that's not even really going to get you what we have. Because you're not going to get that whole community there. You're not going to get all of our stuff that we built over time and all the knowledge that we have. So $3,200 a month at least if you want to build something like this. But I think actually a lot more money in truthful. This is a super value creating thing. Our live algo building sessions. Right? So you get that as part of this course. You also get our trading signals, which I've been showing you on and off. A good trading signal website will charge at least $500 a month if they actually have anything worthwhile, right? If they're charging $30 a month, they probably don't have anything that special, to be quite honest with you. All the really good ones I know of, they'll charge $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 to get their signals. You know, so I'm being pretty conservative here, $500 a month. That's going to give you access to all this stuff here. You can follow our algorithms. You can see when they trade. You can actually watch them as they go up. This is our trading signals right here. And this is available on your phone too. So you can see this on your phone. This is all in Discord. You'll get notifications every time it trades. Every single day gives you an update for each algorithm. So you can actually see everything that's happening here, right? And watch as we make money, you know? So that's our trading signals. Again, you can copy all the trades. We have iPhone apps and all that. So anything that's Discord, you can use it, right? Right, so so far we have 4 different courses that are $3,000 a pop, and then we have our live algo building sessions, which would be about $3,200 a month. We have our trading signals, which would be about $500 a month. So far in value, what you're getting is about $12,000 upfront in value, and then about $3,700 a month in value, right? So far is what you're getting. If you actually took all these components and added them together, this is how much you'd have to pay at least to get all this stuff, right? Okay, but you're going to get more. You get more than that, right? You're going to get probably one of the most valuable things that we have here is our algorithm library, right? And I showed you this a little earlier. Basically, this is our algo library. We have all these things here inside of GitHub. You can click into them. You can see here whichever algorithm you want to run. There's all these different ones in here. We have quite a few. You can scroll through them. There's a lot of them available, right? And you can click into it. Let's say, for example, you want to run this one, or options Condor Martingale. You can go through it. You can see what it does, strategy description, it explains to you what it does. There's a button here to run it. It's super simple to run. You click that button, you can have this algorithm up and running in 30 seconds or a minute. And then at the bottom of each one, we have back testing results. This one did 144% a year in back testing. So if you want to run this thing, you can see that that's how it performed historically, right? Okay, cool. And we have a lot of other ones in there. So you could like go in and here's, again, rolling calls. This one is, 62% a year. Do you want to run this one? It describes to you what it does, right? You can go through each one like that, right? So again, what is it? It's our top algorithms organized and kept up to date on GitHub with a very easy to deploy run on Replit button to make it very easy to run this stuff. You're going to get 20 strategies and growing fast. I think we're quite a bit more than 20 now, and very high quality ones. Our best strategy, this is actually not true anymore. Our best strategy now is 996% per year. Back testing results. We used to have, we had another one that I thought was really good. It was 400% a year. Now we have one that's 996% a year back testing results in our library. We have a wide variety of algorithms. We have crypto algorithms, stocks, options. We have day trading algorithms. We have long-term algorithms. We have ones that use AI. We have ones that use third-party data sources. We have ones that use price action. We have a whole diverse set of different algorithms that you can get from this, right? If you think about it, this would usually cost at least $200,000 for you to get your access to something like this. Think about over 1,000 hours of work, probably a lot more than 1,000 hours of work at this point. At $200 an hour for someone who's actually qualified to do this, easily is $200,000 worth of effort in this library alone, right? So huge value to get here, right? Okay, and then you're also going to get custom installation and service. So we'll make sure that we set everything up for you. You don't need to touch anything. We can, all you have to do is open your account, so we can do all this stuff for you with our all access plan, right? So you're going to get, we can set the algorithms for you. We can monitor your algorithms for you. We can give you 24/7 customer service. Normally something like this would cost like $1,000. We provide this for you for no additional cost as being part of our all access plan, right? So in total, this is about the type of value that you're going to get by signing up to our all access plan. You're going to get all these different courses, the 4 different courses, $3,000 a pop. You're going to get custom installation service, which is worth about $1,000. You're going to get our algorithm library, which is worth something like $200,000. And then you're going to get our live algo building sessions, which normally would cost at least $3,200 a month to do. And you're going to get our trading signals, which is usually like $500 a month or more, depending on what company you go to. All right. So in total, the value that you're going to get from this all access plan is about $211,000, $211,980 or $211,980 upfront, and then $36.99 per month in value that you're going to get. You're not going to pay that much, right? But that is how much value you're going to get out of this program, right? So the question is, how much does it cost, right? So let me tell you about that in a second. I'll tell you exactly how much it costs. But before you do that, I did promise for anyone who stuck around to the end, a coupon code. So do you guys want your coupon code so you can save some money? Okay, so here is your coupon code, RFRWMA. I'm going to post that into the chat here. If you're on YouTube, maybe take a screenshot of this or something, but RFRWMA. And what I've done is until tomorrow, so 24 hours, right? So it's 9:25 p.m. I'm going to tell my team to at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time to shut this thing down, right? So in 24 hours from now, if you want to save 20%, use this coupon code at checkout. You basically go to our website, check out, and type in the coupon code, and that will save you 20% per month going forward, right? Okay, cool. So you might be asking, how much does it cost, right? So it's not going to cost you $200,000. It's not going to cost you $3,700 a month. Neither of those things, okay? What we charge for this, and this is from our all access plan, it's $7.99 per month and a $1,400 sign up fee. Okay, this is our all access plan. We do also have low like budget tiers behind this too. We have our pro plan that's a little cheaper than this. It's like $400 a month and $1,000 up front. If you go to our website, we have all our plans here. You go to lumiwealth.com, see plans. Here's all of our plans available, right? We have our all access plan, which is what I was showing you today. That basically has everything in it. $7.99 a month plus $1,400 up front as a sign up fee. If that's a little bit outside your budget, you can also take a look at our pro plan, which has a little bit less features for $3.99 per month and $1,000 sign up fee. We also have a starter plan, which really doesn't have a lot of our best algorithms. If you want these crazy returns and all that, you're not really going to get that with the starter plan, but you'll be able to get your feet wet and kind of see what we're up to. And that one has a free trial and $49 a month. I can tell you most people sign up with a pro plan, and then if you're really serious about this and you want to like really take your trading to the next level, the all access plan is what has been making people the most amount of money. You know? But in either case, any one of those plans, you now have a 20% off coupon code. So you're going to save that extra 20% off and basically you can get it here. Go to lumiwealth.com/all access plan, or basically go to here and click on learn more, right? You can click on that. That's going to take you to the all access plan. You can learn about all the stuff I talked about here. And at the very bottom, you see here that you can buy for $7.99 a month. You add that to your cart, put in that coupon code RFRWMA, and it will knock off 20% off of this as well, right? Okay, so that's monthly. If you want to save some more money, we also have an annual plan. So if you do the math, go $7.99 times 12 and add the sign up fee. If you knock 30% off of that, that is our annual plan. It's $7,760 per year. For our annual plan, it's 30% less than if you had paid for this monthly. And then you also get that 20% coupon code on top of that, right? So this will save you quite a bit of money. If you want to get yourself a really good deal, this is the way to do it. You get our annual plans, you can save yourself quite a bit of cash, right? Okay, so let's think about this a different way. Let's look at this a little different way. If you had to do this on your own, right? What would you have to do if you're like, you know, screw it, I don't want to pay you guys, right? I don't want to pay for all the stuff. You know, I'm going to do this on my own, right? This is what you would have to do. Okay, you'd have to spend at least 500 hours learning how to create algorithms. It's not an easy thing to do. I can tell you, even pro developers that I know that tried to do this on their own, took them many weeks, and then they eventually said, screw it, joined our plans, and they learned how to do this in a couple of days. Right? We seriously accelerate your learning curve. We give you a lot of code off the box. We give you a lot of resources, courses, community, all that kind of stuff. Available to you. So if you want to do this on your own, you're going to be spending at least 500 hours, assuming you know how to code, to even get started with this. Then if you want to build out these algorithms, let's say whether you want to code it or if you want to hire someone else to do it, you're going to be paying at least $150 an hour for a decent coder. I think probably more than that. We charge $200 an hour. We're actually going to up our costs soon to $250 an hour. But at least it's going to cost you $150 an hour to hire a competent person to do this. This is going to be about 20 hours per algorithm, if not more. That's a fairly straightforward algorithm. It's 20 hours. Our Condor Martingale bot we spent maybe 300 hours making that thing, many weeks of work. So we're talking about at least $3,000 per algorithm, and that's for a fairly simple one. And that's assuming that they actually even have a good idea, right? Like you could spend $3,000 building an algorithm and it could be complete garbage, right? They built it, but it's a bad idea, right? You don't have to deal with that with us. So we will give we'll give it to you for a heck of a lot cheaper. And you have ones that you know are actually working. You see the track record, you see the back test, you know what it's doing, right? You can see that it's actually made money over the years, right? Why don't you do that instead of paying someone $3,000 a pop to make something that, to be quite honest, you probably will not make you money, right? Because most algorithms I come across are not very good, right? And I know this because we built a lot of them, right? So you're gonna be spending that. So if you think about it, we have over 100 algorithms they can use. If we're paying $3,000 an algorithm, that's at least $3,000 in terms of algorithms that you're gonna get from us. If you want to do this on your own, you're gonna be spending 300 grand building this stuff out. It's a heck of a lot cheaper to just get it from us. You know what I mean? And not to mention that mistakes can cost you thousands, right? You could build an algorithm, do something stupid, blow up your account. You could literally lose thousands of dollars trying to test an algorithm, trying to figure out if it's actually going to work or not. So you could skip all that and just pay us the cash, and we could fast forward you through that and give you all our best stuff right out of the box. Right? Or another way to think about it, right? If all this program did, right? If this program only did one of these things, okay? If all it did was give you an algorithm that makes you 70% per year consistently for a long period of time, right? You can do the math on that, right? Let's say you put in $10,000, 70% a year, that means it's going to make you $7,000 the first year. The next year is going to compound. That's going to be more like, what's that going to be? It's going to be like $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 next year. And then compounds again the next year after that, it's going to be double that. So something that's almost doubling every single year, right? You do that for 5 years, you could basically retire, right? Depending on how much you start with. I know for me personally, like we're going to be running our algorithms for a while. I don't think we're going to be selling these courses for very long. I can tell you that much. Our algorithms are making quite a bit of money, so I don't think we're going to be doing that. We're planning on starting a hedge fund and all that kind of stuff. We're making more money in our algorithms right now than selling this stuff right now. But if all you got out of this program was one algorithm that did that, that made you 70% a year consistently, would this program be worth it? Right? So you got to think, how much are you paying for the program? How much are you going to make out of it? Right? Compounding returns, right? If you have something more like, if you have 5, 10, 15, $20,000 to invest, that is a no-brainer, right? So that's one. If you answer yes to that question, you really should be buying what we have here, right? Another thing, if you answer yes to this question, right? If we could teach you how to be a quantitative trader, right? Teach you how to be a quant trader, someone that could build these trading algorithms and do that kind of stuff. The salaries for this kind of job start at around $300,000 a year. This is for a pretty crappy algorithm developer. There's like a base level salary, right? If you could come out of this program and make $300,000 a year as an algorithm developer, would that be worth it for you? Would paying this fee that I showed you, would that be worth it? Right? Or another question, right? If we gave you access to a community of highly skilled traders, I mean some of the best in the world, right, that consistently invent new, highly profitable trading strategies on a regular basis, like the ones I was showing you, 400% a year, 1,000% a year. If you could get access to a community of people that's producing that and learn from them, would that alone be worth it, right? If you answered yes to any of these questions, it should be a no-brainer for yes to sign up. Right? Hey, and just to add a little bit more to it, we also provide a guarantee, right? So if you are still nervous about it for whatever reason, I don't know why you would be. We have some pretty crazy stuff. Honestly, if I was in your shoes, I'd be jumping at this. But if for whatever reason you're still nervous, we do have a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. I don't care what the reason is. You don't like the way that the color of our website is. I don't care. I mean, for whatever reason you don't want it, we'll give you your money back. No questions asked. 30 days. All right. I'm very confident we can do it for longer. Like no one asked for the money back. So absolutely no problem giving this guarantee. You saw our Trustpilot. We have very good Trustpilot reviews. We have really good testimonials from people. We have really good trading results. We have amazing courses. So I have absolutely no problem issuing this guarantee. All right. Okay, cool. So that's about it. So countdown starting. We have 24 hours. Like I said, I'm going to shut down this coupon code in 24 hours from now. If you want to save yourself 20% off, go to our website, type in RFRWMA as a coupon code when you're checking out. You'll save yourself 20% off of any of our programs. That's whether it's starter, pro plan, or all access, you can save on any of them. But as long as you sign up in the next 24 hours, you will get that coupon code. All right. Cool. Any last questions you guys have? We got a bunch of people on YouTube here. And I don't know how you guys can ask questions on YouTube. We should have like a chat box or something on YouTube. But if you have any questions, let me know. You could also, by the way, if you have any questions, you could always go to our website. There's this little thing in the bottom right-hand corner here that you can click on, right? You can message us through this here, through Intercom. We have a lot of people messaging or listening on the other side. So if you need any help, you can always do it that way. Or you can always email us at support@lumiwealth.com. We'll get back to you that way as well. But there's a lot of ways that you can communicate with us. Just go to our website. There's a bunch of buttons you can press. Another thing you might want to do, a lot of people do this. If you want to learn more and you want to talk to someone in person about this, go to More and book a demo. Okay. More, book a demo. Okay. Or on our homepage, we also have a book a demo button. Book a demo. You could actually get on a call with someone. They'll walk you through all these algorithms, show you them running, show how they're all doing. Right. And then, if you need help afterwards, they can even help you install things and set everything up. But book a demo. I think this will probably be one of the best ways for you guys to learn more about our program, if that's what you're looking to do. Right. Okay, awesome. Cool. So clock's ticking. Coupon code expires in 24 hours. Hopefully I see you guys next week. If I see you guys next week, we're working on, actually, we have a free session next week. So if you guys want to join that, you can see more of kind of what we do. We're going to be working on this crazy algorithm that we built yesterday. I'm willing to bet that after getting results like this, a lot of the people in the class are going to be very interested. So this is what we're going to be working on tomorrow or next week. Spreads, martingale. I have a suspicion that we can probably get this to make over 1,000% a year with a few tweaks, because the ROMAT is so freaking high that there's a lot that we can do to tweak this thing to make more money. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we can make like 1,500% a year or something using this strategy. So anyways, 24 hours, coupon code expires. Hopefully I'll see you guys in our classes, and thank you very much for attending. You guys have been a pleasure. I hope you guys have a great night.